I need for everyone to just pay attention to this so we can learn something here about dictatorship and what is a dictator, so we can realize where we are today in America.
A dictatorship is a form of government characterized by the absolute rule of one person or a very small group of people who hold all political power. While a dictatorship is a form of government in some nations, just as monarchy or representative democracy is a form of government in others, dictatorships are seen by non-dictatorships as dangerous and cruel because of the way they tend to treat their citizens. You won't find a dictator who calls himself a dictator. Instead, dictators have ordinary titles such as president, emperor, great leader, and similar monikers. That's because dictator is a pejorative term assigned to certain rulers by other nations, particularly the developed nations of the West. That is, countries with thriving economies such as the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and many others. To be considered a dictatorship means that a country is known to be run by one person, without any checks and balances on his power. Dictators make unilateral decisions that affect their countries without having to consult any other branch of government. That's because there's no other branch of government that is not controlled by the dictator. Human nature being what it is, dictators don't rise to power for the good of their nations, though they usually claim otherwise. They seize power to benefit themselves, their families, and their close political allies. Dictators usually come to power through some kind of violent struggle, rather than the peaceful passage of power that we take for granted in the United States. In modern times, it's not unusual to hear news stories about dictators.
Now, we're going to talk about this thing, the dictatorship, because, see, what done happen is we have a dictator in our White House. Yes, he's a dictator. He wants to be a dictator. That's why he's friends with everyone who's dictators. Because, see, our peaceful diplomacy was working. People was getting tired of dictators in this world. The people,
that's right,
their own people was the ones that were rising up.
They sure was.
Taking their country back.
Yes.
And that is called revolution.
Revolution.
See, the revolution thing about this whole thing is when the people take a stand and do something. This is when dictators fall.
That's right.
They have to fall by their own people.
By their own people.
And then that way there, the people have a chance for a democracy.
Democracy.
And running their own country.
Their own country.
Freedom, liberty.
And justice.
Justice.
For all.
The way it's supposed to be here.
That's right.
But we don't have that because we have a man in office who wants to be a dictator.
Dictator.
And being a dictator comes with a price.
Yes.
Germany once was very powerful. So powerful it took on the world.
The world.
After Hitler, he was in rebels.
Rebels.
Killed himself. Yeah. How many people died in that war?
How many?
So you people who think about dictatorship, remember this. God is watching.
God is watching.
Things are growing tired.
Very tired.
So make America great again is really pretty much just
make America
by itself.
By itself.
Once you lose your closest friends.
Once.
Those other people who are dictators.
Yes.
Who have fought against this country the whole time and don't like our democracy. Those are not our friends.
Not our friends.
So pay attention.
Pay attention.
Watch yourself.
Watch yourself.
Good people must do good things.
Must do good things.
If not, it will fall.
We will fall.
One day you will stand and look out among the horizon of a sun that you thought you would never see. The loss of so much. Not just life, liberty, and justice. But
freedoms.
And you will find yourself living somewhere that you will be on your knees and you will beg and have it the old way.
liberty and justice for all.
Because something is a
A whole lot better than nothing.
Get it together, people.
Get together, people.